Hi, I'm back. Still in climax. Sue wakes up next morning. Okay, having slept only an hour, John C is also awake and staring at the lowered window shade. She quietly says John C orders Sue to raise the shade. Sue is reluctant, she doesn't want to, but she obeys. Scaredness, what is going to happen? Now, John C is also scared. What happens if the leaf is fallen? I'm going to die, right? And what will happen? I'm going to die now. What will happen after I die? And Sue is thinking, if I open the shade, if the leaf is fallen, then she might die. What I'm going to do now if she dies here? Tensed. Climax again. But Sue obeys. They are shocked to see that, in spite of the nights beating rain and fierce gusts of wind, a single leaf stands out against the brick wall. It is the last on the vine. No more leaves are there. Dark green near its stem. The leaves' serrated edges are tinted yellow with decay. That's showing the dry leaves. When a leaf gets dry on the sides, you will see that the leaf starts breaking, it becomes yellow. Just imagine a dry leaf on a tree. It's hanging. On a people tree also you will see a leaf hanging, it becomes yellow as dark green side and slowly getting yellow, it will fall. But this leaf is not falling. John C says she thought it would have surely fallen during the night. But she again says that it has to fall today, she thinks. And then she's going to die. Sue is telling her, think about our friendship, yaar. Come on. We have a reason to live. We are both friends. We look onto each other's back. Chauncey does not reply. The narrator wants to comment that a soul ready to die is the most lonesome thing in the world. The more a person wants to die away, that time they try to go away from things. Bonds break, they try to looser their bonds from the earth and go away from it. She is more towards her death, certainty of her death. It's loosening her bonds to people and the earth become far away from her. We don't think right. That shows that we should be highly always motivated in life. Be positive. Never break down. The day goes on. At twilight, they see the lone ivy leaves still clinging to the vine. Through the night, wind and rain beat against the windows. Again, John C. orders Sue to raise the shade in the morning. Still the leaf is there. Now again Sue has gone to make the chicken broth. That's the cheapest food, easy to have, and during cold you should have chicken broth. Chicken meat, bones and all are put inside. Chicken pieces are put and it's boiled, the broth, the juice which comes, the soup. While she's making that again on the gas stove, John C stares at the leaf. She calls to Sue and says that she has been a bad girl. Now John C is changing her mind. It's changing her thinking, Positivity is coming into her. She's thinking something made the last leaf to stay, to show her she has been wicked, because it is a sin to want to die. The last leaf is just staying there on the wall to show her that whatever you're thinking is wrong. You are not supposed to die. It's a sin to think about dying. She asks for broth and milk with port wine in it. Wine keeps you more warm, will take care of you. It's a good appetizer, you'll feel hungry. She corrects herself. Wait, first she wants a hand mirror, then some pillows to prop herself up, to sit up properly. Then an hour later, she tells Sue that she wants to paint the Bay of Naples someday. Doctor comes, returns that afternoon, and says that John C. has now 50-50 chance of surviving. He says that he has to see a patient downstairs. Sad part. Now Sue thinks, oh my God. She comes to hear from the doctor that patient downstairs, what happened? He comes to know, she learns that Behrman also has pneumonia. But because he is old and weak, his case is more acute. He'll be more, his time will come more faster. Acute, very bad. You're going to attack him very badly. He will surely die. But he may be more comfortable if he goes to the hospital today. Again, the doctor comes back the next day. Just see what life shows you. Huh? You are in a negative mode, and people who think positive about you face the consequences. Just because of just because of my idiotic thinking, I put someone's life on a, on a bow and arrow, or an apple just in front of a bow and arrow or something. Put his life at stake. Next, the doctor returns and says that John C. is out of danger. You all have won. Great job. You are recovering fast. Now all she needs is nutrition and good care. Proteins, food, good health. I always tell you, eat properly, sleep properly. Need to eat. That afternoon, Sue goes to John C.'s bed and puts an arm around her, and she's knitting, and they hold each other. John C. is knitting a woolen shoulder scarf. He's sitting and knitting. He's feeling better now. That shows that she's feeling better. Sue tells John C. that Mr. Behrman died in the hospital after being ill only 2 days. The building janitor, the person who takes care of the building, had found him on the morning of the first day, helpless with pain, and Behrman's shoes and clothing were soaking wet and icy cold. He couldn't even change his clothes, he was lying there. The janitor couldn't imagine why Behrman would have been out on such a dreadful night. Then he still found a lit lantern, a ladder and some brushes and a paint palette with green and yellow mixed on it. Still it was lying there. The lantern was also burning. Ladder was also there. The story just ends, abrupt ending, with Sue asking John C. to look out of the window at the last ivy leaf on the wall. Now Sue asks John C., did you ever think or wonder why the leaf didn't flutter even or move with the wind? The painting is so real. Just imagine. Go into the story. Don't play 50-50, that 20-20 question answer part. Go into the story. Feel it. Sue says the leaf is Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it on the wall the night the last leaf fell. He gave his life. Mastiff dog, loyalty. He's going to save his owners, the people who he likes, he'll do anything. That's what happened. Next class again I'll come back and finish an analysis for you. I don't have time today. So I already have 4 videos with you. 5 videos. So Next class I'll come back and we'll make it up. Okay? So take care and be good and take care of it. I hope I was able to explain. I hope you like it. So we must always think we should not, our life is very important. God has given us our life with very great importance. Read my Mother O Mother in the group today. It's on the Hartford group. She gave her 9 months to us and we want to die. Jhansi also obviously she was born from mother, she also had a mother parents. She took so much of trouble in taking care of us, bringing us up, giving whatever problem she has faced, but she has kept us happy and we are wanting to die. It's not done. Life is not so easy. Life is not so cheap. Life is very expensive, which money cannot buy. Respect yourselves, respect others, respect your parents, and think about the non-academic teachers in your life. Respect them more. You are respecting your teachers on Teachers' Day. Throughout the year you are respecting them. Good job. Now you are doing it by heart or for show, that's up to you. Your perspective, your personal issue. But please respect your non-academic teachers who teach you. We are always learning something. So we are learning from something from someone when someone is teaching us. I only share. I can't teach. I cannot get that to that position, that's a very big position. And that's only the parents can have, and so much more learned, educated teachers are there. All the respect goes to them. And to my teachers also who taught me, to my parents, to some of my friends, I have a mechanic in West Bengal who had taught me to open my bike engine and put it back. So he was a teacher to me also. I respect him. I call him my ustad. Because I have learnt automobile things which books could not teach me. I have learnt it practically through going to a garage and learning it from him. I used to go and sit with him and see what is working. He used to tell me, do this, do that. Time pass. I used to not waste my time. I used to not go around with friends or do this, do that. I used to pull a friend also with me. He used to also get bored sitting with me. He said, what do you do sitting? I said, you sit here, I'll give you chips, I'll give you cold drink, whatever you need, I'll give you. But sit here and see, you will learn something. I know how to open a motorcycle and put it back and open tires and do the chain on the motorcycle. If a motorcycle gets stuck, I'll do. Even if a car gets stuck, I can bring that car back. That's a guarantee. I know about automobiles. I have seen people buying cars, they don't know about their cars. If a tire gets punctured, they cannot change it. So it's not great in buying a car, it's great in knowing about your car, how you control your car. Okay? So see you, be good, eat, study. Study is there. Studies you have to do if you are not educated. So education is not only from books, not only 2020. Everything is included in that to become a good person, a good human. You have to first become a good human being. Studies will come at the back. Respect your parents, learn from them. They are the best ever impeccable teachers in your life. Ask them, this is the right time, it's lockdown time, ask them what are the troubles they have gone through, how do they face troubles, what is the best thing to get proactive, how to get motivated. I'll be there only for 4 hours in the school, 5 hours, 6 hours, but rest of your life your parents are there with you. So they are the best. Be with them and ask them. Take care, God bless, and enjoy yourselves. I hope I was able to explain. Bye bye.